Okay, I'm going to show you how to assemble your bee binder for school. You're going to have a zippered bee binder. This is just my example. Most of the zippered bee binders come with some sort of a pocket that you can keep extra pencils and erasers in. If for some reason yours doesn't have that, you may want to purchase one of these little zippered pouches to keep their pencils and erasers in. You are going to need 25 of these clear sheet protectors, and you're going to need 10 of these pocketed plastic dividers. I prefer the Avery brand that have the write-on tabs, not those ones that you stick those little white pieces in, because that just, they tear and the white pieces fall out. These ones work the best. Let me show you how to label these. They usually come in packs of 5, so you'll just need to get 2 packs of those. We're going to have announcements, graded papers, homework, Bible, journal, letters and sounds. You'll see this abbreviation a lot, LS, that just stands for letters and sounds. Math, specials, that will be for art and Spanish, a writing/language section, and social studies/science. So let me show you what you need to do with your sheet protectors. The first part, right in the beginning, you're going to need 2 sheet protectors. And the papers that go inside of those protectors, I will give you that first week before school starts. So 2 of them there. Your announcement section, check this every day. This will be where any information goes home, flyers, newsletters, anything like that. Check this every day though and take them out, because if you leave things in here, the bee binders get really heavy for the kids. Next section, you're going to need 2 sheet protectors, one for the parent letter for you, from me, that you can refer to if you have any questions. Next one is a Scholastic book order form for ordering online. I prefer you to order online because it's easier and our class gets free books for that. Your next section is graded papers. Go ahead and write this on there, sign and return, and check this every day. I try to get the graded papers out as soon as possible. I don't like waiting for one day during the week, because I know if it were my child, I'd want to know what their grade was as soon as possible. So I try to get those done as soon as I can. And if you'll check that, sign it, and then stick it back in here, the kids will return it to me the next day, and I'll keep it in a folder up at school. Next we have homework. And you're going to need, let me count this real quick, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to need 6 sheet protectors in the homework section. 1 will be for the spelling contract directions on how to do that. 4 of them will be for your spelling lists for the whole year. They'll be in here that you can refer to so that you don't have to bring home that spelling book. And it's actually 3 of them for your spelling lists. Another one for the spelling contract on how to write it. Throw in some paper there so that the kids can work on their contracts. And then the last one will be for buddy reading. Your next section is Bible. You're going to need 3 sheet protectors in this section. I have in here the Bible verses for each 9 weeks for the whole year. And then the kids write their Bible verses every day, and they turn that in for a grade at the end of the week. And this is just the format on how that needs to be written. Put a section of paper in here for them to write their Bible verses on. Now your next section is your journal. Go ahead and write this on there. Do not remove papers. When the kids turn in the journals and I grade them, they stick them back in this pocket. And I like to keep them in there. That way you have at the end of the year, you can see their writing from the beginning of the year all the way to the end. And it's really fun to read their journals. This is just how I like the heading for the journals, so they all look uniform. Keep a section of paper in there for them. All right, your next tab is letters and sounds. And their letters and sounds book, I will tear out the pages and staple them together for the week. And that will be their letters and sounds packet. So go ahead and write on there, do not remove the packet. Keep this in here at all times. If the kids come to school and they don't have their packet, they're going to be doing that for homework. So always keep that in here. And they will turn that into me on Friday, just so I can make sure that it's been completed. For math, and with the same thing, go ahead and write do not remove packet. For the math, I will tear out those sheets and staple them together by the chapter. So that packet will last for 3 weeks. And please keep that in there as well. That will be your study guide for the math tests. And I like to have these packets in there. That way the kids don't have these big heavy books that they're having to carry around. And if they should get sick, they'll have their work at home. You need one sheet protector behind the math section. And this just has some helpful things for them in case they forget. They can check back there. Your next one's going to be specials, and all you need here is just some paper for them for Spanish class. Okay, your next tab is the writing and language. Go ahead and write this here. Again, do not remove papers. You're going to see in here pre-writing maps, checklists, and their actual writing assignments that they're working on. Please do not remove these. This will be something that's ongoing that the kids are working on in class. When they're finished, I'll grade it and I'll put it in the graded paper section, and that's when you can take it home. But never take anything out of this section. In here, you're going to need several sheet protectors. You're going to need 5 of them. And I just have some sheets in here that'll help the kids. This is the most frequently used words in children's writing. When I grade their writing assignments and I'm checking for spelling, these are the words that I'm checking that are spelled correctly. If they're not on this list and I can tell what it is by sounding it out and it's not spelled correctly, that's fine. Like if the word is beautiful, it's not on this list, but I can tell that it's beautiful, it will not be counted wrong. You'll have some punctuation and capitalization rules that the kids will need for the language tests. Prepositions, helping verbs, subject pronouns. Some more charts over here that the kids can use. Verbs. Now, these next pages here, the next 2 pages, are the chapter vocabulary for the language test that you can study for so that you don't have to bring home that big, heavy book. They'll be in here if you need them. And keep some paper back here for their writing assignments. And your last section is the social studies / science. We do social studies the first part of the year up to Christmas, and then after Christmas we do science. So for the first part of the year you'll see this. You'll need 1, 2, 3 sheet protectors back here, and this will be the unit vocabulary lists. There are 6 of them. So they'll be tested on the vocabulary for each unit, and it comes usually about every 3 weeks for the test or so. But they'll be in here to study, so you don't have to use and bring home that big old book. And the history book is really nice because we have an e-book for it so that you can just install it on your computer so you don't have to bring home that heavy book. But that is your bee binder. I'm looking forward to this year, and I will see you soon.